Welcome everybody to What's Up Bullets. I'm Fernando Ramirez. It is an interesting time of the year. Obviously, while I was writing the little thumb or the banner down here, I couldn't believe we're already in November. I mean, dang, like that's how quickly the football year is has really gone. We're at the almost at the halfway point. Yesterday on the four Compas, again, Anthony Lynn has always, and again, there's times where because of the head coaches that we're with and we speak to and everything, and some things get kind of put into your brain that you think about, and you're like, oh, okay. And one thing that's always stuck with me about what Anthony Lynn said is we divide the season into fours. He's like, the first 4 games of the season, the next four, boom, 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 boom. The first 4 games of the season went terrific for the Chargers, 3-1. Next 4 games didn't go as well, but they sit at 5-3, and they're in a good spot where the next two that they the next 3 that they play are winnable games. They could go into the bye week 8-3 and getting some reinforcements back. Jim Harbaugh was asked yesterday about Omarion. He said Omarion, well, I mean, obviously it's Jim Harbaugh talk. He said Omarion's looking better and better as he's been. When I saw him last Thursday, he was in a little cart leaving. So basically what happens, guys, when we go down to the locker room, we have to wait outside and we see the Spanos family walking by, family members, invited guests, stuff like that. So the players who are on IR or on the practice squad, they jump on carts and they zoom right past us. Omarion Hampton was still wearing a walking boot when we saw him leaving last Thursday. Obviously, it's almost been a whole week, so things could be progressing, but Jim said he's looked better. Obviously, that's a big need for them. They need him back, especially because he had been playing at such a high level before that injury against the Commanders. Next week, he's eligible to return, so we'll see what happens then. By the way, folks, Dan will be on momentarily. But Anthony Lynn always talked about 4 quarters. So if you guys haven't yet, yesterday's episode, Hilberto, we all know he's a heel. He's a bad guy. So I had him fork some teams, or I had him unfork. He did not unfork. He forked a lot of teams. He forked even some new teams. So I think over half of the league is in trouble in the Hilberto mind. So make sure you guys check that out. But this weekend's very interesting, guys. Why? The Chargers are going up against the Tennessee Titans, who the Tennessee Titans they've shown life in one game. They've shown life in one game. And they haven't had the start of the season that they were hoping. Cam Ward's a rookie. He started off well. I mean, he had some good opportunities against the Denver Broncos in his first game. They only lost by 8 points, and that was in Denver. I still remember Cam Ward's dad was really mad because who was it? Was it Calvin Ridley? One of these guys didn't get it. He tripped on his way over or on his way out and on his break and he fell over or whatever. But going back to that, they the only game that they've shown life in is against the Arizona Cardinals, where they won 22-21. At the end of that game, you know how some fluky stuff happened. They won that game. Every other game they've gotten blown out. The Rams went there 33-19. The Colts, they went to the Colts 41-20. Houston went sorry. The Colts came to Nissan Stadium and the Colts beat them 41-20. At Houston 26-0. At Arizona, they beat Arizona. At Vegas 20-10. Versus New England 31-13, at Indianapolis 38-14, and here come the Chargers rolling into Nissan Stadium, and the Chargers need to beware a little bit of who they're playing, because I understand, like, yeah, you look at their record and you're like, oh, this team's terrible, but this team could be had if you even have a slip up against this kind of team. I mean, that's going to tell you a lot about where you're at, but I definitely think that I definitely think that that these guys need to they need to be smart. They need to go in there. They need to be able to to handle business. I mean, simple as that. There's no other way to put it. They need to go in there and handle business, and they're playing a coach. And again, we'll get Dan in here in a second. They're playing a coach that obviously is an interim coach. They fired their head coach. Eric Williams and I have a lot of history with the individual that is the head coach. I'll give you a little soundbite of his, and I'll tell you, damn, this sounds exactly what I was hearing 10 years ago when I was a young kid in the Charger as an intern in the Chargers locker room. So we'll hear about that in a second. But first, let me bring in an individual who missed watching most of this game. And he said, for how I'm excited, he's like, Joe Alt makes a huge difference. He saw the difference. He said, this offense looks different when he's in there. This individual said, not even the Hilberto curse of him being in the stadium for this game could break the spirit of that offense. He said, no matter what, if he's at a Laker game, at a Halloween party, or at the Dodger Stadium, he knows his quarterback is going to take care of business. That man is Dan and Dago.
Him with those cat-like reflexes, protecting his lady from a ball that was coming to her face.
Oh,
so
yeah.
He's ready. He's always on point. He's always ready to go.
So, real quick, what was
subscription sunglasses today? So, and I was told I got to watch something, so I got to be able to see.
Your thoughts on the Vikings game from what you saw?
That was the team I was promised. That's all I got to say. That was the team I was promised. Guys are hurt. Who gives a shit? Get in there and step up. And I'm glad finally we had a Robert and Joseph. Hello, how are we? And I'm glad finally, because what had happened earlier is you had a Marion Hampton come out game and you couldn't even celebrate it because they lost in New York. Then you had a Gadsden come out party and they lost to the Commanders. Oh yeah, the Colts at home, which unbelievable. Now this week you had Gadsden against them.
Joel plays in that game. Is that game different, Dan?
All these games are different. MetLife, even their own fans hate the stadium and the turf. So that's the root of all causes right now. That's why I'm pissed. But, again.
By the way, did you hear? I know you love conspiracy theories. Have you heard the latest on the 49ers?
No, what?
So the 49ers practice next to a power plant. Oh, and they're the most injured team in the league. And that, I guess,
radiation.
Do you remember Chase Sr.? He used to be on with Coach JB.
Yeah, so I sort of do.
Okay, so Chase Sr. was on Twitter, and he was explaining how there's a lot of players on the 49ers that believe that because they practice, like literally the radiation center is right next to there. Let me see if I can find, but it's crazy the way that he was explaining it.
So it's like The Simpsons, dude?
Yeah, like here we go. Let me so look at how close they are.
But I mean, you have people living by the
why do the 49ers suffer so many injuries? It's a question nobody has answered to. One theory that is very interesting. John Feliciano brought up how many players have joked around about it being next to an electrical substation that's right next to the field. So obviously, here's a substation or substation.
Hold on, but is that nuclear power?
I don't know if it's nuclear.
If it's just electricity, like what are we even talking about?
Well, here it is. If you're a believer in EMF, electromotive force being harmful, which has gotten a lot of attention as of late, it's a fascinating theory.
I guess, but that's what they talk about with the Bluetooth stuff and having pockets and all that. I guess
the Good Doctor speaks about it.
Exactly, the Good Doctor on the Doctor's podcast.
They practice over here.
Yeah, because their stadium's right there.
Yeah, and their stadium's right over here. It's funny how many. Remember when we were?
What up, King?
Remember when we went to what's it called? Remember when we went to the Giants? Remember the Giants are on one. Oh, did I lose Dan? I might have lost Dan. Oh no. The YouTube heard the conspiracy theories and they said, "Let us get Dan out of here."
My bad. My fat fingers. I was trying to move something and it got thrown off, but I'm back now, so don't worry.
We need you back at Moe's. There you go.
I know.
Yeah,
I
there
know.
you go.
There we go.
All right.
Sorry.
So, Dan, this is something I have heard for years.
I'm glad it's a 10 a.m. game.
I know. So here we go. This is Coach Mike McCoy talking about Cam Ward.
Over time, you learn that those checkdowns are your best friends. And it's a lot easier, like, we've talked about this plenty of times before, second and short, third and short is a heck of a lot easier than playing behind the sticks often. And, you hold the ball a little bit too long, you get sacked.
It's like watching a mirror.
You force the ball downfield, waiting too long. There's so many things you learn, but yeah, I think he's learning that. And I think one thing we've always told Cam, and, you see it and you talk about it during games, and sometimes you might be trying to throw the ball downfield a little more. And, he's a very aggressive. He likes to throw it downfield. And we've all seen the big plays he's made, but it's one of those things, I think it's another one of those things you're learning that, hey, okay, it's not there right now, especially with the pass rush you see in today's game.
There's an individual that should be at this game this Sunday, Dan.
He should be. I told his ass to fly out there, and he didn't want to.
He would have been perfect. He would have been perfect here, but obviously, the Chargers know how talented Cam Ward is, even though the stats don't really back that up. I mean, he really has nothing. I mean, he's completing 57% of his passes. He has 1,600 yards, 5 touchdowns, 6 picks.
1,600 yards in 8 games?
Yeah. Well,
what is that average? By the way, I should tell Hitchcock I was doing some math today, helping out one of the kids. Greatest common factor. I remembered what it was.
Well, Herbert's at 21.
Oh, okay. So maybe it's not terrible.
You know who leads the Chargers in interceptions? Your boy.
Who?
Tony Jefferson.
Oh, my dog. Yeah, 100%. I still gotta see if I could get his nameplate or something.
Damn, they need to. Justin needs to cut down on those picks.
When is it? When is their bye week? Did they already have their bye week?
He's at 7. The Chargers?
Yeah.
So the Chargers play. They play the Titans, then they play Pittsburgh on Sunday night, and then they play. At Jacksonville, and then it's their bye week.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Like I told you, they had requested Miami and Jacksonville back to back so that they could be both on the same side. But thank you, the Bounty Guild.
Shout out.
Real quick, Dan, before we get you on your thoughts on the offensive line. Tarheeb, I was about to say Mike McCoy. According to what's it called? According to Jim Harbaugh, he will not be playing in this game. And they were talking about how today defensive coordinator Jesse Minter said Nikko Reed is going to be the guy that we look up to next. So Dan, no Jazier Taylor for you. They said Nikko Reed, the undrafted free agent, is going to get some playing time. That'll be good for him. I think this is the perfect game to kind of get his confidence going a little bit. This should be the game where he gets a little bit of action, and the Chargers get to see what he can do. I mean, right now the Chargers are still kind of looking at pieces. I mean, Jim said it on Tuesday. He said, "Look, we're still looking for guys. I mean, we're still nursing some injuries. There's still some guys coming back. It's a good game for Nikko to get some a look." See what he can do, see if he has something. I mean, the thing is, and we've all seen it before in the past, there's guys that shine that you're kind of like, okay. Like, he looks really good in preseason, and then he doesn't end up doing anything. Rocket Sanders is one of those. Everybody was really high on Rocket Sanders, goes and scores a touchdown with Cleveland, and then he hasn't really been used all that much ever since. So, there's players that obviously shine in the preseason that maybe don't ever get a look, but this is a good look for Nikko Reed. He showed some good stuff during training camp and preseason games, so we'll see what he's got what he has to go on with. But Dan, this was hold on, okay, so there was a lot of talk on Tuesday about why did Bobby Hart start if Trey Pipkins was suited up, Trey Pipkins was ready to go, and why did Bobby get the start over Trey? And then why, when Joe Alt went out towards the end of the game, did they put Trey in at left tackle? So basically, Jim's explanation was that Trey wasn't 100%. He was kind of that extra guy just in case, like Jamari was the week prior or the 4 days prior. So that's basically what he said. And Jim was basically asked, is Bobby now the starting right tackle, or is it Trey's job? And this is what Jim had to say.
Well, the Bobby's, let's talk about that. Bobby's played great. He graded out 90% and game ball. I nothing but respect for the way Bobby has played, and same for Foster Sorrell, who also same grade, and really did a great job. And so we'll do what we do. Go through a week of practice, and when you get to the game, I mean, the best, healthiest, 5 will be starting.
Just what can you say about just this year's rookie class and just the way they've been able to impact, nearing the halfway point of the season? It seems like a couple of them different parts of the season just stepped up big time.
You can probably tell by my smile just how great it has been. I mean,
we'll come back to that. Okay. Dan, obviously, Bobby is a guy that hadn't started a game since.
Yeah, I think it was like 2 years, right?
Biden was still in the White House, so it had been a while since he had midway through his tenure, but it had been a while since he had started, and the Chargers decide, hey, we're going to start him against Miami, and he comes out and he had a shaky game. I mean, remember, he's the one. Him and Mekhi Becton got blown up on that final play where Justin, or one of the final plays where Justin kind of gets
checks
hit,
it down to
Lad, and then he checks it to Lad. Yeah, exactly. Well, here's some film from the Minnesota game where I do believe that he had his best game, Dan. But just let me see what you see on here. So he's right here on the right.
Yeah.
Let me see what you see.
Let me go full screen. Go back.
Oh, okay.
There we go. I like that better. All right. Let's see. Good patience.
And that's Dallas Turner, I believe.
I like that he chops his hands. I'm just not like that's a solid rep because that's what you want to do exactly, right? Patient. You turn your shoulders when you're going to strike, and if you notice, he kind of smacks his hands and forces the defender to refit because he was trying to long arm him. So I do like that. What makes me worried are waist benders, but again, I don't know if it's just because they're so damn big in the NFL, they kind of get away with that. Because if you notice, right before he starts to like lean on him also and bend his waist, and that is just a recipe for disaster because you can kind of shake them off and they'll fall forward because they're waist forward. But that's a pretty good rep. Obviously, he wins it. He does enough to do it. So that looked pretty good. I did like the patience. So let's see. Dude, by the way, these should be the permanent home jerseys. I'm sorry. I don't care what anyone has to say. These should be the permanent home uniforms moving forward. Like
these were sexy, Dan.
They were
nice. Almost as sexy as you.
I appreciate it, but my God, they're so nice. Good patience. Oh, that's the same one. Okay.
Yeah, the same place. Sorry.
Yeah, you're good. Are we on the next? Okay.
Yes.
Good.
That's Dallas Turner.
I love the patience. I love his footwork. Like, look how he's taking small steps to keep it under his waist, right? All under control. That's the thing guys don't understand. Look how his steps get shorter as this guy's running up, right? As he gets closer. That's beautiful. He keeps moving his hands. He keeps moving his feet. He's not
even though
Mekhi
bumped into him.
Yeah, and he's not phased by the spin move. So
that's
a really good rep. That's a really good rep.
Was the one that. Hey, Dan, look at Kamani on this play. What do you see from him?
Blocks better than, some of these centers and guards we have in there. That's ridiculous. That's exactly what you do. Like, the thing that sometimes guys don't understand is, in my opinion, you can't have pressure inside because the quarterback has to step up there. So if both guards and tackles and even the center just kind of open it up like this, that makes it a lot easier for him to run, and he can just go north and south and get as many yards as he can and slide. But, when it's the edges, there's a lot more space to go through, or when he steps up and tries to go to the edge, like that's just a lot harder. But that's 101 right there in pocket pass protection. you open up the A gaps. I know for real, right, Jeff? You open up the A gap, so it's easier for him to step up and deliver a piss missile. So that was good right there. Are we on to the next?
Yes.
Just the patience alone, I'm loving. Right there, not great because he's too tall. You never want to have your shoulders above your opponent. So, but he recovers nicely. He at least doesn't get put on his ass like Sawyer did and a couple of some of these other guys. But if you notice his feet, I don't like his feet either, because look at his feet. He brings his feet too close together, and that's what almost kind of gets him into trouble right there.
Dan, watch Bozeman on this play.
All right, let's see what. He has bad feet. Like, he has really bad feet, and that's the thing that, these guys don't understand. He has really bad feet. No, you can go. Okay.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, so far what I'm like, look, like right there, his feet get too close together, and I don't like that. But so far, I'm loving the patience. He's not worried. He's letting him come to him. That's exactly what you do at the tackle position. Pop, 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 pop. I like that. Again, the patience is the big thing. I'm not going to beat a dead horse. That's really good. Getting inside, not letting him just overpower him, planting his feet. Again, I just like a little more, and again, they might be taught a little bit differently in the NFL, but I like keeping my post step and my kick step, locked in. I never invert my feet. I never change my feet. So if I'm like this the whole time, I stay like that no matter where he's going. I'm posting or I'm kicking. So, okay. Oh, get a better piece. I don't like that. Get a better piece. Let's see. Good double team. That's really good patience right there. Way to come off late. That's what a lot of guys don't understand. They're in a rush, and then they screw the guard up because he's one-on-one. But he was really patient there, and that was really nice.
This is against Dallas, first-round pick Dallas Turner.
Look how wide he is, and what I love is he's not going to him. He's not even worried. He doesn't even acknowledge him until he gets there. I just don't like his leaning there. Right here, he leans too much for me, and that's how he gets around him. And I know everyone's going to say, well, he got the ball out and everything else, but you still want to have good technique on every down.
Can you see Foster Sarrell on this play? He's right next to Bobby Hart, this guy right here.
Yeah. Oh, geez. Part of that looks like a late stunt, but again, like that's where you have to have really good feet.
That's what they've struggled against.
And he oversets. He probably overset because the whole point is, again, you have to take away the inside. But if they're running that stunt, and really what should happen, well, again, I don't know what the protection is, because if you look, this is where I get pissed week to week. Because if you look at Bozeman, just the way he kind of looks right here in this image, it looks like his eyes are not even on that defender. So that's what makes me question, well, what's your rules? What's your assignment then? He doesn't even start looking at him until he's over there. Like, realistically, again, I don't know if this was, manned up or if this was a slide where you have your gaps, but theoretically, if you can do it, you just pass it off. That's good center guard play. You can pass off one defender for another. Yeah, Jesse, so really it depends on what your protection is. Like, if it's a slide, like if it's manned up, because that's where a lot of those problems come from.
Foster Sarrell should have taken him in that instance, no?
Yeah, because this is the problem. He just loops late. That's the problem.
But that's good by 97.
Yeah, because he does it a lot later. So usually what will happen, for instance, Jesse, in a game week, and today we had this issue come up when we were down blocking. In a game week, you try and notice tendencies and their favorite stunts up front, and you just try and practice it as much as you can, right? So right there, again, the only thing is I don't know what their pass pro is or what the rules are or what the protection is. So I don't want to guess on that part. But like, for instance, if it was manned up, this guy just loops a little too late and and the other guy penetrates really well. So what should happen, okay, because the problem is Bozeman's giving up too much penetration. What should happen is that post step doesn't get opened up. Or sorry, he's right-handed or is he left-handed?
Bozeman, right.
So his kick step should still be working well. He shouldn't be giving up so much penetration like he is, because again, once a D tackle starts moving wherever he's going to rush, your leverage is outside shoulder to inside shoulder, and you want to cover him up, especially in the inside three. But if you can pass him off, because right there again, I don't know what the rules are, but again, what I was telling you, Jesse, when you're watching tendencies in the game week, you'll notice, right? So, for instance, when I have offensive linemen, especially in the pass pro, if I know they're really good stunters, I try and close their splits to minimize the space, and that usually kind of clogs up the middle, and it makes it harder for them to penetrate and do things like that. I also, really try and work them against movement. And, the rules are stick back or looper. Someone's coming. If a guy leaves, that means someone else is replacing, right? Because if they're playing gap sound defense, every linebacker and defensive lineman are accountable for a gap. So that's kind of what you rep during the week. And again, the biggest problem is Bozeman's giving up too much penetration, and his eyes are not where they're supposed to be. So that makes me wonder what the protection is, and he doesn't lock in until, he's, 2 to 3 yards upfield. So,
Dan, did you see they did it again here? They 97 was a little bit slower, but they kind of tried to loop again.
Yeah.
What about this one?
And that's the biggest thing.
I'll give you one more after this, and then
okay.
Look at this.
See, like Foster oversets here, I think. And that's the problem, right? Go back. When you overset, right? I think he kind of oversets. That post step, go back. Yeah, pause it right there is fine. Go back. Go back a couple of seconds if you can. Go back a little more. There you go. We'll just pause right there. That's fine. So listen. He's in a right-handed stance. I know it looks inverted on the screen, but that post step is to give up 0 ground, right? Gives up 0 penetration. He drops his post step, and it inverts his feet, and he's kicking on the inside. That's a cardinal sin for offensive line play, especially when you're on the inside because when he inverts his feet right there, he's just giving up massive penetration because now he's kicking. But he's trying to widen, but it doesn't work as well. And obviously, if Herbert holds on to the ball any longer, look at that straight path right there to the quarterback. That is a no-no for inside offensive line play, and I can't stand it when guys do that. It truly pisses me off. So that's the biggest problem right there. He drops his post step. Look at Bozeman asleep. He was lost over there.
Oh,
look,
dude.
That's
Hold
what
on.
I'm talking about. What type of feed is that? Terrible feet. Jesus' name. Making me blaspheme and take the Lord's name in vain.
Oh, but he got him that second time, Dan.
Yeah, at least son of Odin just putting on miracle shows out here. That's just so bad. Like, look how tall he's a pig on skates half the time. I can't stand it. Look, and right there, he wanted to be soft and just put his hands on somebody. Like, my God.
Oh, what'd you think about Hart right there?
Nothing.
What'd you think about Hart right here?
Look, that's a good pass. That's what should happen. That's what should happen. Those are people who know. Look how patient he is. He runs them. I like it.
They if you notice, now I've seen it. They tried stunning so many times. Look at that. Like, they saw that Houston film and everybody just
that's all it is. That's why, it's funny. I don't understand why these defenses don't just do that more. All I would run is inside 3 stunts. I would go 5 guys down, leave whatever the math is left in coverage, and I would just run people around Bozeman, Zion, and McCoy or whoever, and I'm just trying to confuse the shit out of him.
Watch Hart again on this one.
Look, his eyes move right away, and he gets passed on, and he takes them. Like, that's someone who knows what they're doing, it looks like. Doesn't look too bad, too shabby. Oh, that was such a bad play. Oh, Forrest, take a shot. Jeez. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, but he looks pretty good. I love the patience right there. Just stay on his inside.
Are you a little surprised that they might be going to him with
Look, honestly, oh my goodness. Please ring. What does this guy know? But our friend from
India.
India. Yeah, our friend from India is here. How are you doing, bud?
By the way, your godson was misbehaving today.
No, my godson is perfect.
He was misbehaving.
His father is the one who fails him. Which I don't understand how I'm not number 2 in getting him, but whatever.
Leave them out.
I was helping a sixth grader today with their math, greatest common factor. But anyway, what was I going to tell you? No, I'm
Yeah.
not surprised because, seriously, I was asked this the other day, in our game, I had a certain lineup out there, wasn't working. I started moving guys around, wasn't working. I finally got to a lineup that was working. We were moving the ball, we were scoring. They asked me, well, why did I come out? Was it this or that? Da, 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 da. And I was like, look, flat out, the offensive line was working when this group was in. I was going to keep it there. And that's what happened. So 100%, I'm not surprised. They should move guys around. Yeah, exactly. Alt needs to stay in the game forever. I need to win my bet.
Dan, real quick, the big topic today was, or yesterday at Chargers was Keenan Allen, Dan. Keenan Allen right now is on a trajectory of the same of his 2023 season, which he had a great year before he went to, before he got injured. Herbert got injured, and then he ended up going to Chicago. Keenan Allen right now leads the team, 48 receptions, 479, 4 touchdowns. Right behind him, Ladd McConkey, 468, 3 touchdowns. Quentin Johnston, 407 yards, 5 touchdowns. Oronde Gadsden, 385, 2 touchdowns. Dan, the Chargers are the only team in the NFL that have 3 or 4 pass catchers at 350 yards or more. The next team only has 2. So Herbert's spreading the ball around. He's being a good dad.
That's
spreading
what
the ball
it is.
around,
That's
a bunch of players. But
don't be silly, wrap your willy. That'll cost you a lot of money if you don't do that over
emergence
there.
of Keenan Allen, Dan, and I call it emergence because obviously he had been gone for a year. Some people didn't want him back. Some people thought he would. They didn't know how much he could help this offense. But Keenan has helped this offense. This offense looks different.
He's gonna take reps, take catches. Shut the hell up. They play the same position. Oh yeah, shut up, dude. Just shut up.
This
guy sucks.
Exactly. My thought exactly.
So obviously today or yesterday, Jim was asked about it, and this is what Jim had to say about Keenan Allen.
I mean, probably 1,000 little things, but it's that when it comes to training and how he goes about his business, it's it's the proof is in the pudding. How he plays, it's this nothing but respect. I mean, same way Khalil Mack is able to be playing like he's still 21, 22 years old at in his early 30s. The something reserved for the great ones. Nothing but respect.
Just with Joe.
So
100%.
obviously, and then this is what Justin had to say as we wrap up. Here's what Justin had to say about Keenan Allen.
He's just a really good football player. He's very smart, understands defenses, how they're playing them, and he sees coverages and where he needs to be. And I think he's seen so many different coverages and so many different looks that he's just got a great feel for the game. And combine that with superior athleticism, it's a great combination.
Dan, listen to
first downs of the receivers. Is he some?
But had to be able
to stay for all 18 innings last night?
had to not. I wish I did, but had to be up early for work, so I couldn't make it.
Were you ready to go on the pitch if they needed you?
It's been a while. I don't think so. I'm not sure if my arm could take that. But yeah.
Who cares about the Dodgers? I need them on my team.
Thank you. Right now? Not very fast. I was told low 90s. I could be all, I don't know. I never saw the gun, but there's a time where I could throw it.
I think 0.66 ERA is the word on the street for your senior year at Sheldon. Is this true?
I had a good year. I got lucky.
That's your quarterback, Dan.
He was like, yeah, that's a polite way of saying fuck off. I'm out of here. Like, whatever. Who cares?
Dan, real quick, this somebody, what's his name? The Chris Long was asked on his podcast about Justin Herbert, and this is what he had to say.
Here's the deal. If you think Herbert's a bad quarterback, I want you on like a defender list.
Oh,
Like, I don't want
I
you
like
within
this
like
guy.
200 yards of a school. I don't want you near my house. Like I'm gonna start asking DoorDash drivers like if they think Herbert is a good quarterback, because if you don't, you might breathe through your mouth, and it's scary to me that you operate motor vehicles.
Can't trust him.
You can call him a lot of things, but a shitty quarterback. Here's the deal: if you
Exactly. Finally, someone speaking some truth. Get this guy on ESPN. Not all
Get
these
this
lame
Nepo
asses.
baby in there, Dan.
For real. Get this Nepo baby in Fox, dude. You know, better than some of these opinions out there. Some of Eric's coworkers doing some extracurriculars to get ahead. I don't know what's going on over there. I still love bringing it up.
You got to admire Justin Herbert. When you look at Herbert, you can put all the statistics up here. He's got all the yards. I mean, this is the home of Sid Gilman, the inventor of the modern pass offense. The Chargers have thrown for 225,000 plus yards. This is where Dan Fouts and Phillip Rivers come from. Justin Herbert is just part of that fiber, man. He can throw it with anybody. He makes memorable plays. Call Sean Payton and ask him about that touchdown pass he threw to beat him in the fourth quarter, running to his left. There's only one guy on the planet, maybe two, that can make that throw, and Herbert's one of them. Insane. He's tough as hell, man. This guy is gritting it out. I know he doesn't feel great. He had multiple injuries last year. The only thing this man hasn't done is win in the playoffs. And I know that's his mindset, but they got to play better around him on defense and certainly on the offensive line for that to happen.
And then last but not least, Dan, I have to do this before you.
I feel like Gilberto.
He does it at crunch time. It's not if, it's when he rips you. Oh! He does it at crunch time. It's not
better than the first video that came out with that like background and like.
Yeah.
Can you find that one?
Let me see.
Can you find that one? Find that one, and we'll end off on that one. That one's a good one. That's the one where he's like, "It's got me feeling nicey," and it's like one of the. I can't remember what it was about, but that one is like the clutch of all. That's like the video of all videos right there. Oh, my favorite one is also of his is the scatter to West right tight for obvious reasons.
Let me see.
Dude, my freaking lips have been dead. My top lip. Oh my God, I've been in pain all day. The weather changing. Thank God. Supposedly the Senate put up something of changing daylight savings. I hope that's true. I like the next time zone better than this one.
It does change this weekend.
I like the next time zone better. I hate this one.
Is it this one, Dan? I'm gonna need to go back and find it, but I have this one.
Let's see. Maybe
you can't coach it. I love speedy playmakers that can dominate the game. And I love rookies with no fear. Rookies that play just as good as anybody. It's got me feeling really nicey. Guys like Brock Bowers of the Las Vegas Raiders. 11 catches, 99.
No, I think it was one about Jared Goff, and he's like, he did it before halftime or something. I don't remember.
Okay, I'll look for it and I'll have it for you
next time in the post game or something.
Yeah.
I was gonna tell you, Goon. Who cares if they're outnumbered or whatever? Who cares? Who gives a rat's ass? Go to the
what do you
game,
need to do, Dan?
Time. Just win the football game. Who cares? Because that's what people don't understand. Don't beg fans to show up. If you win, they will come. That's the biggest thing people don't understand. When you start winning, they will come. So I'm not worried about anything except the program and trying to get the program off the ground.
Dan, who X factor for this weekend?
I think it's going to be. Well, I'll be honest. It's going to be our defensive line. If they can get back there and harass Cam Ward, you're going to make him throw early, off rhythm, in tight windows, get some turnovers. In my opinion, this is a game, if you do your job, Justin Herbert's out in the middle of the third quarter, start of the fourth, and you get Trey Lance some reps. So,
yeah, the way you've been looking at all these scores, it sounds like this should be a blowout for the Chargers. Should be.
Yeah, well, that's the big if, right? But that's 100%. Exactly, Jesse. I like that. We'll trademark it. Oh, Goon, who cares where you're sitting? In my opinion, I was at the game Sunday Is the 500s the
Cold.
highest?
Yeah.
You get a better view, in my opinion, honestly. Well, 300s are nice, but in my opinion, the higher it's like one of those sports, the higher you sit, the more you see. Like when you sit too low, you can't see the play develop, you can't see everything, and that kind of is a bummer sometimes. But 500s, 600s, hell, who cares? Just get to the game, man. Go have a good time and be safe. Exactly. I like this, Willie Brown. Oh, wait, no, this is Bowen. I was about to say, were you the same Willie Brown who was the mayor?
No.
Okay.
We're not getting into that. We're not getting into that.
I like this, though. It should be this. So, Pepe Le Pew also. I have all 22 in the. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Have a good time, Goon. Maybe you'll run into someone, some Hall of Famer over there. Who knows? But have a good time, dude. Just be safe. Don't do anything stupid. I saw a guy get into a fight at the SDFC game, so don't do that.
No,
the one I want to sing is "Take Me Home, Country Road, to the place I belong, to Old Trafford, see United. Take me home."
Well, what about their two biggest fans that you know?
No. Well, Sir Edward, I see more often. The other one just hides. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Joy and laughter is something people in Wisconsin hate because they will kill you and then they'll eat you. And some of them will make fun of you. No, that was convicted. He was convicted. Allegedly, because he was too insane to stand trial, was the one who made skin suits and furniture.
Okay. Do you think he has any?
Bastard? Why don't you go talk to Mother? Where are you, Mother? What? Yeah, I'm sure he has. Yeah, his favorite chair is made out of. Well, no, never mind. That's the show. That's the show. That's the show.
My X Factor is gonna be Nikko Reed. I want to see what the kids got. Hopefully, they do throw him in there and let him get it.
We should smoke him.
Wet his beak a little bit. Let's see what he's got. All right. Appreciate everybody. You guys are the best. Sunday we will be back at 1. Let's call it 1:20, 1:30. We will recap everything that we saw from that game. If the game is a blowout by like the fourth quarter, maybe we jump on and you guys can listen to Dan watch the game, the last 5 minutes of the game.
That'd be funny.
See what he thinks. We did that for which game? The Raiders?
No, we haven't done that at all.
I thought we did it for the Raiders, like the last 10 minutes of the game.
I don't think so. No.
Okay, maybe not then. All right. Appreciate everybody. Thank you guys so much. You guys are the best. We appreciate you guys. Sunday. Be back 1:30. Make sure you guys hit the notification button so you guys know at what time we are jumping on. Dan, get us out of here.
Be a compa, tell a compa, and don't forget, we'll never find out why John Cena became the Rock's bitch. And I just wanna